We're coming into Bora Bora. I just talked to Mom on the phone all the way back to Issaquah. I told her if you imagine a South Sea island, that's exactly what it looks like. This is one of the resorts that has the bungalows over the water.
Oh, okay. Let me do one offset here. Okay. Hold it for a second. Maybe a little closer to it. Closer? Yeah, a little closer.
This fellow is showing how they get a pearl out of an oyster. They are really beautiful. The guides were picking some fruit. We'll have a chance to sample it later on. Our four-wheel drive was a little exciting at times.
It was on purpose. It was on purpose.
These guns were put here for World War II, but they were never used in anger, only for practice. These are the fruits that were picked for us by the guides. The big one is a pomelo, like a super sweet grapefruit. The smaller reddish ones are a star fruit, I believe. They have a creamy taste. It's the end of the day. We've pulled up our anchor and we're turning around, getting ready to leave. We're sailing out past the reef. You can see the waves breaking on it. This morning we're in Moorea. These are vanilla plants. The bean of the plant is the vanilla bean that we use in our cooking. Vanilla is a kind of orchid.
Flower, and we open it. We need to move. And this is the pollen is under this one. It's too fragile, very fragile. Huh?
Yes.
And pollen, this is the pollen. Mm-hmm. I touch off the pollen and I put under here. This under. Pollen, it's one on the top, the yellow one, you see?
Yes.
And I have to put under here.
Ah. Wonderful. Thank you.
That's fine.
This gives you a good view of the reef with the shallow water on the inside and the opening that's caused by the river.
No, this is nothing. This is paved. Yesterday was not paved.
We're at the Belvedere. These are the two bays. You can see our ship over there. There's a trail here, but if you go just a foot off the trail, you're definitely in the woods. It's not quite 4:30. As you can see, it's a little cloudy. We've just been sitting out here enjoying the afternoon, contemplating the different kinds of vegetation and the pretty scenery. In Tahiti, we took another four-wheel drive trip out into the countryside. There were just 4 of us plus the guide. It was quite nice.
We are inside the crater right now, my friends. Oh. In the ocean, under the sea, behind us. And we are sinking, my friend. Yeah. Down the ocean slowly but surely, 1 millimeter per year. That's a Moorea, local temple, like a church only for prey gods.
Really shows you the caldera well, doesn't it?
And look the contrast.
Yeah.
Our driver was quite a free spirit. The guide told us he loved fresh water. At first I didn't understand, but then I thought about it. Everything around here is salt water, so when you have a river with fresh water, it's really a treat. This is one of their black sand beaches. It's black sand because the lava exploded when it hit the water. We're back in Moorea, but we're at the other beach this time, or the other bay, I should say. We've walked to a little beach, about 1 kilometer. There's the ship. Rather a long tender ride today. These are some of the canoes they race with. You can see there's quite a few seats and they all have an outrigger. We saw them practicing when we left before. Here's David with a coconut. We're sitting in a grove of coconut palms, and you can see at the top of the tree there's lots of coconuts. So you don't want to stand underneath a coconut palm, because if you do, you're likely to get hit by a falling coconut. But it's a very pretty park. You can see the water is quite shallow here. It's because of the barrier reef. And further out it changes color, where it gets darker. And the bay has an opening in the reef caused by river water flowing out. That's why there's a bay that we can anchor in. So there's one of the tenders from our ship. He'll go around the corner and dock at the little landing spot where we came in. I believe that's a hotel in the distance, although I'm not sure which one. We're back in Bora Bora. Today we're doing a helmet dive. As you go down the ladder, they lower the helmet over you. The hose has air pumped through it, so you don't even have to worry about getting your face wet or your hair wet. You just breathe normally. We were down for about half an hour, and there were probably about a dozen of us. They had 2 scuba divers, just in case, and one of them took all these pictures. We each had a little mesh bag with breadcrumbs in it. The fish certainly knew who still had food and whose had run out. One of the scuba divers had some food for the manta ray. The rays are much shyer than the fish are.